Wendy the Cactus Wren. A breeze rustled the palo verde tree that she sat upon. This night of February had been both cold and quiet. Many days have passed, but she still felt a bond with her long-lost mate, Ben the Cactus Wren. The Gila monster, Gila, told her to travel this way over the Rocky Mountains and hidden valleys, so she stuck to the course every night and day, arguing with herself and running a personal tally of all the wrongs she might have committed that might have driven Ben this far from home. She thought they were comfortably fitted on one of the tallest saguaro cactus ever known. From their penthouse suite, the world was at their feet, and they could see until they could see no more. Miles upon miles of fresh food to eat. Where did Ben think he could get a better score? Wendy took to the skies at daybreak, quickly gaining distance from the desert ground. Then she started to wonder of the fate of a kangaroo rat being chased by a rattlesnake. "My name is Nate," said the rattlesnake with a slippery smile. "Before you ask your questions," he warned, "I need my breakfast first." "Wait one moment," said the kangaroo rat. "Now ask while—" "No time to wait," said Nate. "My hunger pains are the worst." Ben the Cactus Wren, "I don't know whence he has been," said Wendy. "I'm too low to the ground to be concerned with things that fly," said Nate. "I might be able to help," said the rat, hopping and hopping and hopping again. "Ask for Matt, the antelope jackrabbit. Now I must go for my own sake." Wendy watched as the kangaroo rat jumped over Nate, pointing the way. "My friend Matt, the antelope jackrabbit, gets around much more than I do. He can answer your question and still have time to play the day away." Mac was stretching under a sweet acacia when he saw his pal. "Hey, kangaroo, this here lady is looking for her mate. Do you know where her Ben had been?" "You need an information broker," said Mac, "and I know just the one. Shelley, the black widow spider, has a web of information to spin. You can find her in a hut just north of here, but be careful not to be stunned." The place that Shelley called home was very dim, so the rat waited outside. Wendy did not want to go in either, and wouldn't have if it wasn't for her Ben. "Come inside or go away," said a voice. "From me you think you can hide?" "Shelley, is that you?" asked Wendy. "I searched for Ben, the Cactus Wren. The web tells me that there is much happening in the valley below. It would seem that man has returned and is building up homes. Much wonder can be found there, and so must there be danger. Your mate might not have resisted these temptations, I wager." "That was quite quick," said the rat. "We're off to now. Shelley thinks Ben gone to live with man. I must see for myself." Roads had been cut into the desert ground, and out popped a dozen houses. Wendy left the rat behind and flew over them, finding each one bigger than the next. She landed on an ironwood next to a rock squirrel named Pearl. "I'm looking for Ben the Cactus Wren. Do you know where he has been?" "I'm afraid that man has gotten him," said Pearl the rock squirrel. "Oh no," Wendy was crushed. "You mean he is dead?" "No, but just the same," said Pearl. "He has been locked away in a giant big cage. There is no doubt about it. To get him out, you are going to have to be a sage." "Why looking so glum?" asked the kangaroo rat. "Did you not find him?" "It's worse than that," said Wendy. "I found him and cannot get him back. I need the keenest of minds to solve this, and my prospects are mighty grim." "The owl," said the rat, "but I fear to go with you in case I get trapped." "You are right, of course," said Wendy. "The great horned owl Bowie. Stay here if you wish. I am determined to see the owl before nightfall. "It might not be safe for you either," said the rat. "You aren't exactly a crony." "I'll have to take my chances," said Wendy. "This isn't the time to act small." Bowie's home was inside a dusty old barn that had been abandoned for years. When Wendy arrived, there was still a crack of sunlight left in the sky. "Great horned owl Bowie," said Wendy, "I need your help, I fear. Man has caged my mate Ben, the Cactus Wren, and you are where all my hope lie." "You are so meek, my child," said Bowie. "You must ally with someone great. Seek out Bob the bobcat. He is strong and cunning and might be willing. It seems that a bobcat would more likely eat me. What could I state?" "You mustn't be thinking that," said Bowie. "Find a reason to be instilling." Bob the bobcat was in an awful mood when Wendy introduced herself to him. It would seem that Bob was lovesick and had a falling out with his mate Bridget. This was the chance the owl was talking about. She could bring Bridget to the brim and under the spell of Bob's devilish charms when she taught him not to fidget. Once Bob knew what to say, the words just flowed like the waters of a stream. "You have done wonders, little bird," said Bob. "What is it now, you ask?" "My mate is locked in a cage," Wendy said. "The great owl told me you could scheme with your strength and skill and cunning and find a way to complete this task. If there is a way to bust it open, it will be done. Man best be ready for some combat. I will bring all my friends to this cage tomorrow," said Bob the bobcat. Wendy hurried back to the house to tell the kangaroo rat the good news. But when Wendy told him all that had happened, he was a little bemused. "A pack of bobcats are headed this way?" asked the rat. "I'd best be gone." "They're not here for you, silly," Wendy said. "They're going to free Ben. You'll be safe up here. They're going to strike the cage at first dawn." Just the same, the rat ran away. This is no place to defend. There were about 20 birds in that cage when the bobcat smashed it, and it only took seconds before they all flew away once the cage was opened. Wendy watched as her mate got away, and she knew he would never admit his distress, but deep down Wendy didn't care because she was so full of emotion.